Teapot. But
cool. Right, so you've said about your daily. What's your main toy?
So this is a bit of a weird one, really. Yeah. So as we were talking off the recording, so I work for Maguires UK, head of the marketing team there. I personally don't have a toy on the logbook. Right. But we do. So through Maguires, we've had the opportunity over the last 9 years to build show cars that come from my brain and translate into the builds. And they get to be the toys that I use. So quite a fortunate position to treat them like our own, not in a bit of a dickish way, just like, like they need to be driven, they get to be out. We go events in them, cafe in the machines, so, anything that we need to do that we do as hobbyists. But they fix them if they break. So it's kind of quite nice. So the reason I don't have one, because at the moment I'm kind of living out my car hobby that won't pay for. You got the best of both worlds. Yeah, it's mega.
It's mega. Yeah, you get to live out its modified car world, but you have somebody else to pay for it.
It's the stupid stuff that we know is going to break.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So yeah, I think we've got 8 cars now. 7 cars. We've got.
So tell us what's in the Maguires collection. I know, but for people who don't, again, we've known each other 20 odd years. Tom initially used to work for Yokohama, which is where we first met through mutual acquaintances, and the love of dicking about on a Saturday night in
Cruise, right?
Cars. MK Cruise.
Did you get pulled over by a horse as well?
So the cars that went really quiet.
I know. Did you not hear about the story?
No,
it wasn't me just talking.
No, time ago, I got pulled over by a copper on a horse.
Oh, really?
It seems I get in trouble with the police a lot, which is why we'll get onto it a bit later. But I'm leading many things on our leaderboards that we have.
The most stupid pullover.
A copper on a horse managed to pull me over.
That is good going.
Yeah. So we'll start from the beginning then. Name your Maguires collection that you get to use.
So our firstborn, which is the one we'll never get rid of, is a Ford Crown Victoria, so old police car. And the reason we wanted to go for that, there was a American brand. What can we do that's cool? Bit of a twist on the cars that here's many cool cars being built. So it's kind of like box ticking stuff. So it's on airlift, but we kept the original wheels on it. It's on the deck. Full custom red leather interior with a custom bench seat. So for us, California-based business, we were like, right, red bench sheet just screams hot rods and cool American cars of old. And then mega paintwork. So it's black. It was an Interceptor that it's all original paintwork too. So if anyone's ever seen it, we wanted it to be a representation of what you can get through our products.
Yeah,
right.
So everything that's been on that car, you can buy in like a local distributor or online, and we could just all do it and go downstairs and do it ourselves. So that was the first one. We then did a Ford Econoline super van, which is just beautiful. We bought it with intention to body drop it and just go full mental with it. When it arrived, there was a brown paper envelope, and the guy was like, "Are you sure?" So we found a finder's fee for a chap down in Kent. He was like, "Are you sure you want this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're here to pick it up." He went, "Shit, okay." Gave us the envelope. Right, what's in the envelope? Full Ford service history, same dealership, 1966 van. It done 35,000 miles. It done dry cleaning run, one owner from new. We've got pictures of the guy with his dry cleaning doing it, like all of this memorabilia and history for it. We're like, we can't chop this up. We just can't chop it up. I know you can chop anything up, but the beautiful thing that we've got from Maguires, we don't have a particular demographic.
I don't know who's rubbing their feet.
It was me.
So I'm only clap around the back of the end.
We don't have a particular demographic. Obviously, there's us, but the classic cars, it could be a 16-year-old girl that's got her, I use this reference a lot because we know one, 16-year-old girl that's got her first Mini that can't drive it yet. She's a customer, right the way up to a 70-year-old guy that's got 10 Ferraris and...
That's really cool.
So we've got every demographic. So we decided to keep the Econoline. I can't say we restored it because we didn't. We colour changed it. We were launching a Mirror Bright range, which was sort of our old classic range. So we colour changed that to match it, and it's just beautiful. So it doesn't get a lot of noise online, but we take it to Osbart and Meet and a lot of classic car shows, and it's just It's just beautiful.
That's the one with a vintage sign writing
That's
on
it,
it as
yeah,
well. It's,
yeah.
It's stunning bit of kit.
Yeah, so we did all the things like if you ever get a chance to see it out and about, all of the bright work, all of the badges, all of the sun visors, the seats, everything on it is all original. We've not restored them or done anything with them. They're all original. So the only thing that we did was colour change it. It's just a beautiful van. Then the only one that we've sold next is a Sunny Datsun like Hakatora kit Datsun pickup. It was a cool van, cool car, but when we started to move on, so I'll jump forward to come back, we then started to do the build-offs. So me and a colleague had the opportunity we had different styles in like when we were building cars. So the boss was like, we're trying to kick our YouTube off and like gain some momentum. So why don't we do a build-off? You both get budgets, you both get your styles, you both get to build the cars that you want.
Sounds
like,
fantastic.
It's mega, really, really cool. So we're like, hell yeah. We both built sort of 2 modified cars. So then when they were complete, we had the cop car that's modified, the pickup that was modified, the Renault and the Merc, and it was like kind of painting a bit of a picture here of modified stuff. And back at the unit, we were really struggling for space. And we sold the pickup. We sold the pickup to Steve Grove from Milton Keynes. He bought it originally. To be sympathetic with, so we kept the original 1.2 engine in it. Steve started to go about putting a 1400 carved engine in it, and then I think he sold it on again because the Testarossa came up. So it's the only one that got away from us. Yeah, a Testarossa come up and we've got to sell the Datsun, yeah. Not any of our conversation ever, is it? Yeah. So that's the only one that's sold, and now our world has changed at work. We've got the space and they're all on display, and it's like, we should have kept that one.
Yeah.
But,
I must admit, I did do a little bit of stalking.
Yeah.
Instagram stalking,
Yeah.
I suppose you can call it.
Yeah.
And one of them that caught my eye was a Volvo.
Yeah,
That
Volvo's
is
cool,
stunning,
isn't it?
yeah. I think out of all of them, because there is some beautiful ones in there, I think the Volvo is
The Volvo's mega. So the first build, we did the Renault 5, where I did wide arch skeet kit Renault 5, that liquid yellow, just trying to like, if the RS department had have built one, what would it look like? Yeah. So took a lot of inspiration. It's basically a Clio in a Renault 5 guise, really.
Yeah.
And then the second set of build-offs that we did, my colleague did a Jaguar S-Type R, which was really cool. He did it based on like a Series 2 racer. So de-locked all the lines. Like, it's a really cool car. It's really, really cool. And then I did a Volvo Amazon that we sourced in Sweden, and me and Patrick, who was the content lad, drove it back from Sweden, did 1,260 miles in 3 days in it. Totally stock car.
Yeah.
And then...
It didn't break down or...
Come on. We actually, it's supposed to be 4 days that... Right, cool, cut it out. It was supposed to be 4 days we had, but we got there... and so it's Maguires in Sweden that had sourced it for us. It's really challenging to get a car from Sweden to here. You have to physically give the number plate back. So whereas we do paperwork, or it's like someone will correct me, no doubt, but it's like a €50,000 fine. Like, it's a lot of money.
Right.
So they don't like selling to the UK because we don't understand. It's like, well, the plate's going in the bin or on the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
But the Swedish team bought it. We obviously then bought it from them because they knew that we'd drive it back, ship them the plate, and we could register it here. So I walked into the Swedish building and saw it, fell in love with it. So they opened the shutter door, like, drive it out.
Didn't it break down in the car park?
Didn't even start. I'm like looking at everyone, and they're like, "Yeah, just it's the choke out." I'm like, oh, "Please don't be like make a fool out of myself here now." I think I flooded it. Right, flooded it. No. Mate, we were there, the whole carb got stripped down, like, we could not get it started. They'd driven it like 2 hours to the shop. They were like, what's wrong? Like, they felt bad because they'd been and sourced the car for us, and they were like, it's brilliant. And as it is, where the HT leads met into the body, so we changed all the leads, but not the single lead going into the coil pack, and it was just earthing out. But you'd never, we're just like, it's the only thing we've not changed. And I know that, again, it's so obvious when you sit and you go, how didn't you change that? Having stripped the carb and stripped everything down, it looked new. And it was just like, and the car was like on or off. It's
wow.
Change that. So we lost a whole day. After that, we drove 1,268 miles, absolutely fault free.
Brilliant.
Mega. like, through Sweden, through the north of France. Like it was beautiful. So good.
So the latest project, the Rocket Bunny Golf.
Yeah.
Is probably my favourite car. And it's a very, very close second because your Renault 5
Renault's cool.
Is. I adore it. Particularly, I love what you've done with the spoiler.
Yeah.
It's come off a Clio and you've just bodged it.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful. It's utterly beautiful.
Thanks,
but
mate.
Tell us about the Rocket Bunny.
So I know it'd be wrong of me to not just acknowledge the spoiler on the Renault because I knew that the kit needed something. Well, we bought it as a car, and in the old school 90s big wing that just ripply and horrible. Like I'm like, we're going to make this car like razor sharp. That spoiler can't stay. You know, at night as we do, we're down a hole of like looking at different stuff, and I'm like, oh, the RS Clio spoiler would be good. I just bought it and went to Matt at Reflex who did all the body one. I'm like, I bought something, and he was like, it is nowhere near the same mounting points. It took him nearly 2 weeks just to refabricate these brackets and make it fit. There's so much time to try and get that spoiler on. So I had to acknowledge that because if we just blew past it, he'd be like, are you kidding me? Like, I know how much work you had to do for that.
It is, the story's amazing and you'll have to go on YouTube. We haven't got time to go through it all totally. Right. But it was, I mentioned the spoiler on purpose because following you and the story, the work that went into that spoiler alone, albeit the rest of the car was a bit of a, will it work, won't it, shit, rust.
Renault 5.
Renault 5. Go and check it out. Go and look on there.
I'm doing Maguires UK. We've documented the whole build, so you can see all about that. To come back to the Golf, I think that's our best car.
Yeah, agreed.
Like upside down, inside out, it is nut and bolt, and that is just incredible. And that was a thing of we've got competitor companies that build cars too, and they've built some really cool Volkswagens. And the reason why we always were like, look, we didn't ever want it to be a tit for tat. You know, well, they've built one and that one's better or ours is better. It's not why we're doing it. And we always steered clear from the Volkswagen because we're like, well, if we can't do something that's different, how can we make that impact? The whole point that we're trying to do is create conversation.
Yeah.
So with the Golf, I saw the Rocket Bunny kit. They'd launched one in Europe, and I was like, I really like that on the Golf. It looks really good. That could be our point of difference. So when we started like researching it a bit more, they'd only sold one kit into the UK before. There's only sold 4 in Europe totally. And we've not seen the one in the UK. So whether it's on a race car or something or in a garage, I don't know. So we were like, in my head, I'm like, how do we make this fusion of Japanese styling? So being a Rocket Bunny, I'm like, how do we get that into the German world and styling? So if we can get everything mechanically VAG, i.e. all the box ticking, so smooth bay, and get everything that is essentially great about the Volkswagen, like show world, but get some Japanese craziness into it too. So we did the Anvan livery, but with Porsche Pasha, or it's not Porsche Pasha, sorry, it's Ruby Stone Red. With straight up black, but then got cherry blossom seats just to tie this Japanese fusion in, reverse logo like the drifters do.
Yeah.
And again, though, coming back to a spoiler, I'm like, the silhouette needs something. So it's a Lancia Delta spoiler. Again, I bought it. Matt was like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, it just needs something. Have that silhouette, and it gives it that sort of Banzai crazy feel to it.
Yeah.
But everything's on its paint too. So if you ever see it about, it's all paint. There's no stickers or decals. All the masking, all the line on the Advan, all the Maguires logo, everything's all painted by Reflex up onto the roof. It's mega.
Awesome. So we're going to touch on your personal cars now. So what was your first car?
Renault 5 Campus.
Modified?
No.
No?
I probably had a 10-inch sub in the boot, I think. I remember driving down the road once and the bass all of a sudden getting lost. I'm like, where's the bass gone in there? And the boot had rattled open, the sub had rattled the door lock, the latch on the boot, and the boot was like going down the dual carriageway. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Super. So talk us through your cars from first car to, you've got your Beamer now.
Yeah.
Talk us through your cars.
So Renault 5 Campus.
Yep.
6 months later, Renault 5 Turbo. Had that for, 2 years. But I was working for an insurance company at the time. It's the only way I got insured. It was like $2,000 not even fire and theft, just £2,000 third party. That was it.
That was a lot of money back then.
Mate, it was a lot. And I put BK Racing wheels on it because that's what you did to a Renault 5, but that's the only thing I could ever afford to do. And then I was like, well, I'm wasting all this money, I'm going to go get a new car. No. So I bought the 206, which is probably how we met.
Yeah.
And then set about wasting my financial life for the next...
We've all done that.
for the next, I don't know, God knows how many years. That I kind of stuck in that car for quite a while.
You did. You had it for a long time.
Yeah, ended up like full of cost kit, 2 litre, 2.1 throttle body engine. Like it was a full interior. Like it was full max power car.
It was a show car, wasn't it?
Yeah, proper show car. I loved that car. Bless it. And that kind of got me the job where I am. And then because of the financial ruin that I got myself in, cars was kind of boring after. Oh no, they weren't. I sold that. I think I bought Mark II Golf after that I had for 6 months because it was into the cold winters and it was frost on the inside of the windscreen.
Yeah.
I'm like, what have I done?
Yeah.
So I sold that, bought an S3, so the Mark I S3, flat black, piano black it was with blue Alcantara interior from factory. Beautiful
nice.
car.
Yeah.
But was off the road more than it was on it. It was so temperamental, it broke. Then bought my best car, DC5. That I had that for, I don't know, 2-3 years.
What's that, a DC5?
Yeah, Honda
Integra.
Integra DC5.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I just love that car, and I've got unfinished business with one of them. I will have another, but the prices are so expensive at the minute. They've gone through the roof again. And then after that, boring cars, because then really the work thing started to kick in. So then I've had like, well, actually, my missus has got a beautiful E21 323i at home. So if we go anywhere that it's us two, we jump in the Beamer and go out there. So that's kind of, if that's the split. Then I've had boring. I had a crap Fiesta.
I don't know, that seems to pop up quite a lot, the Fiestas.
Yeah, they've been a fan
I hated it at the time because I was skint and I kind of had that love-loathe relationship with it. It's like he was doing a job to save me some money. Then I bought, from a friend of ours, Luke, 2 litre diesel Audi A3 that's Mary now drives that, my partner. It's 312,000 miles. The original clutch.
Oh, wow.
Original clutch with a third owner, some new. It's absolutely bomb-proof. Touch wood. Touch wood.
There's another
Yeah, car owners know. And then into the Beamer. So we've got, weirdly, my car list's not that big. But that's again because of the beauty of being able to work my hobby.
It would have been if you didn't have your job.
Yeah. I feel it's so the work cars are our emotional roller coaster still up the road, and we're the ones that are sat looking for the parts late at night, 3 o'clock, and in a hole on eBay
that's
or whatever.
half the fun of it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So
I mean,
that's my list.
Facebook Marketplace for me at the moment is a leaf.
Yeah, mate. It trying to find Mark II bits. And Matt at the body shop was like, you just need to go onto Facebook Marketplace and get into some of the groups, and loads of people are selling loads of stuff. It was like, oh God. And yeah, it's just a warren of...
Yeah, nutcases.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, that was about, 10 cars?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, probably about that.
Okay. We're trying to do like a little bit of a leaderboard, so...
I'm right now.
I'm going to say you're fair to middling at the minute.
Yeah, and I'd expect that again. I think I'd be higher, but... the work is enabled.
Yeah, I think
work's an enabler for
if you
me.
used to add them to it, you'd be way up there.
I think so.